Do you ever wonder why millions of people around the world dress up as ghosts, witches, and monsters every October 31st? Why do we carve spooky faces into pumpkins and go door to door asking for candy? It's not just about the sweets and the scares. Let's travel back more than 2,000 years to uncover the real story behind this mysterious holiday. Our journey begins with the ancient Celts, who lived in the lands we now know as Ireland, the UK, and northern France. They celebrated a festival called Samhain, pronounced Samhain. This wasn't a party. It was a serious occasion. Samhain marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the long, dark winter. The Celts believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the world of the living and the world of the spirits became blurred. This meant that ghosts of the dead could return to Earth. Sounds a little spooky, right? The Celts thought so too. They believed these spirits could cause trouble, damage crops, and generally create chaos. To protect themselves, they did two things. First, they lit massive bonfires to ward off evil spirits and to honor their gods. Second, they disguised themselves. They would wear costumes, often made of animal heads and skins, to blend in with the wandering spirits and avoid being recognized. So, the very first Halloween costumes weren't for fun. They were for survival. This is also where the tradition of going from house to house came from. People, dressed in costume, would go souling, offering prayers for the dead in exchange for food, like soul cakes. Fast forward a few centuries. As Christianity spread, it began to merge with older pagan festivals. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III moved the celebration of All Saints' Day, a day to honor all saints and martyrs, to November 1st. This day was also known as All Hallows Day, with hallow being an old word for holy or saint. Consequently, the night before it, October 31st, became known as All Hallows Eve. Over time, that name was shortened and evolved into what we call it today, Halloween. When Irish and Scottish immigrants came to America in the 19th century, they brought their Halloween traditions with them. They shared stories of ghosts, pulled pranks, and celebrated the night. One of their traditions was carving scary faces into turnips and potatoes to frighten away evil spirits. In America, they found a new, bigger, and much easier fruit to carve, the pumpkin. And that's how the jack-o'-lantern was born. Over the decades, Halloween in America transformed. The pranks and spiritual elements slowly faded, and it became a more community-centered, family-friendly holiday. The practice of trick-or-treating, as we know it, became popular in the 1930s and 40s as a fun way for communities to celebrate together and keep mischievous pranks in check. So, from an ancient Celtic festival, marking the end of the harvest, to a modern night of costumes and candy, Halloween has evolved dramatically. Today, it's a night of fun, creativity, and community, where we face our fears with laughter, celebrate our imagination, and share a sweet treat with our neighbors. Next time you put on a spooky costume, carve a pumpkin, or shout trick or treat, remember, you're not just having fun, you're taking part in a tradition that's over 2,000 years old, a tradition that connects us to the past and reminds us that even in the darkest of nights, there's always a little light and a lot of community spirit. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more stories, and share this video with a friend. Happy Halloween!